All right. 2021 paper from question 37 to question 40. Consider the following two-column table. Using this table, answer questions 37 to 40. The first column has line numbers like this, and the second has different programming statements and expressions. Questions 37 to 40 explain different problems. In those questions, the class declarations and main method are also written partially as answers. One is required to select from this table the relevant statement numbers required to write the programs to solve the given problems only. So we have problems from 37 to 40. So we have a set of statements and expressions here, as well as this numbers denoting each of the statement. All right, let's just go through this. Okay, we have some parenthesis, for loop, total, average, total, average and total variables. Okay, print largest. Okay, array 1k. All right, it's basically some expressions and statements, right? So we have some for loops and arrays as well. All right, now let's go to the problem. Problem 37. Write a Java program to initialize an array with the following numbers and print the given numbers in reverse order on the console. So here the main part is the given numbers should be printed in reverse order in the console. Okay? So we have a solution. We have the class declaration as well as the main method, starting bracket and ending bracket, as well as class ending bracket. So that's all fine. Now what we need to go through is these answers, right? So what I'm gonna do is, so there are a few ways that you can do this. Basically, you can pick the line numbers. So for example, 1376, right? So you can pick this 1376. So in order, right? And then put it here, like this is 1, this is 3. So you'll have to do the for loop int like that, and then it is, I think, 7 and 6, I think. Yeah, 7 and 6. So the next line is 7. Take that within the, under the for loop, we'll have to do the total equals total plus array, right? Likewise, you can just formulate this code just like how they have mentioned, right? So in the same order they have mentioned. Okay, so this is one way of conquering this. The way that I'm going to do is a bit different. So I'm going to just clear them out, whatever the marks that I have made here. All right. So the first answer is 13765. So I'm going to write that order here. 13765 and 4772. 4772, right? So what I'm going to do is to mark these guys in order, right? So first one is 1 here. I need a thicker thing. So this is 1 and 3. This is 2. 7 is 3. So basically what I'm doing is I'm marking these guys in order. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, line 6 is 4, 5, line 6 is 4, it is 6, and then 7, 7. So you have two 7s here. So 7 is 7 again, and 8 is 7 again, right? So 7 comes here, again 8 also comes here, right? And then 9 is 2. So this is the 9th. So if we just think about it, so that's the first statement, and you have the second statement here, right? So that's a for loop, and then third is the total here. So from what I can see now, how we start this is this already is wrong, right? And you have the total multiple times here, which is wrong, right? So the first answer is wrong, right? So this is for question 37. So for question 37, first answer is wrong. Let's go to the second one. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15 is 4. So I'll just write down this. Second answer is 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. 17, 16, 15, 14. Right, okay. So we'll again start with that. 19. So 19 statement is the first statement. Yeah, that seems correct, because it's declaring the array as the first thing, and then 18, it's declaring another array here, and 17, 3, 16, 4, 15, 5, and 14, 6. Okay, so now let's look at this array declaration. Looks fine, and then after that you have another array, right? A second array, and you have a third for loop, right? So it is starting from j equals 0 and k is equal to 4. So that's your initialization, and then j less than or equal to array 1 dot length minus 1. So array 1 dot length is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 5 minus 1, which is 4. So j will go from 0 to 4, right? And when the k is greater than 0, so k is greater than 0, so that's the condition. Here the j, now the step is j plus plus. J's value will go up 1 by 1, and k value will come down 1 by 1, right? So basically you have j here and k here, right? J starts with 0, k starts with 4. So in this step, what will happen? For each step, j will become 1, k will become 3. This is 2, this is 2, this is 3, this is 1, this is 4, and this is 0, right? So that's what's going to happen here in this line. So that's the third line, right? And then you have the fourth line, which says array 2j is equal to array k. So on the first iteration, we say array 2 j means it's 0 is equal to array 1 k means that's 4, right? So as you can see, now array 2 is our new array, right? So it's this guy. So its 0th element is the original array's last element. So we can kind of understand that is sort of reversing, right? So this seems to be correct. And then, so that is your first for loop. And then here there's another for loop which goes from k0 to array2 dot length minus 1, right? So this goes to the array2 dot length. So because of so that's a for loop, and then within the for loop you are outputting the array2k. So basically the reversed array, we are printing it out, right? So from what we can see, this answer is correct, right? So this answer is correct. What you can do is just write them down in order and execute as well, right? So just write this int array1, this statement first, and then this statement second, this statement third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, right? If you put it in order and try to execute, so you will see it's reversing, right? So from this one you can say this is the answer. We can also execute the others as well if there's like multiple answers. So let's check this one. Okay, 18, 17, 16, 15. So the third answer is 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 12. 16, 15, 14, 12, right? So I'm gonna just delete these guys. So you'll have to strategize your way of answering this, okay? All right, so 18, 17, 18, 17, 6, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 16, 15, 14, and then 12, 6, right? Now here what you can see, what you can't see is basically, now it's just creating the array 2, right? But you can't see the creation of array 1, right? So because of that, that's wrong, right? So in order for the array to be reversed, you have to first create it, right? So when you don't see this line 19, that means that's a wrong answer. So line 19 is where the array is created. So this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this was correct, right? You can see the fourth options as well. So from the get-go, we found out that this is wrong, right? Okay, now the fourth one. 19, okay, that seems fine because we have 19 here. I mean, for a start, it's fine. 19, 11, 18, 17. Okay. 19, 11, 18, 17. And then 16, 15, 14, 12. 16, 15, 14, and 12. Right? Okay. So we start with 19. That guy. That's correct. And then 11, 18. So 11 is this. 2. Yeah, that's wrong, right? So we straight away go to array 1k. We don't know whether k exists even here, right? So it's a not defined exception. So that's wrong. Let's move on to 5, fifth option. So this guy. So 1, 3, 7, 6, 5, 4. 1, 3, 7, 6, 5, 4. Right? So 1. So let me just get rid of these guys. 1, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3, 4 is 6, 5 is 5, and 6 is 4, right? So if we start with this, okay, that's fine. And then second one, you have a for loop straight away. So we don't have a array 1 definition, right? So because of that, that is wrong code. Okay, so the answer is 2. You can basically like write down all these set of statements and dry run, right? So this is basically the reverse of that. Okay, so that's question 37 done, and we'll move on to problem 38. I'll just remove all these guys. Okay, so the pattern is going to be the same. So if you found this pattern now, it is going to be the same how I would apply that, right? Okay, let's move on to question number. So this one was, I think, 2, option 2. Now we'll move on to question number 38, right? Write a Java program to initialize an array with the following numbers and find the maximum value of the given number, right? So maximum value, so that's the largest value. So from what I see, we can pretty much start with the definition of the array, right? So which is line 19. So in order to do anything, you have to have the array, right? So that's line 19. So that normally should be the first statement. Okay, but anyway, we'll go through this. So it's here we have 1 3 2 1 10 9. One, 3, 2, 1, 10, 9. 1, 3, 2, 1, 10, 9, and 25. Right? So we'll start with 1. So that is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have 7 statements here. 1, 2, 3 is 2. Right? So that basically is wrong. Right? You have this, you are starting with this, and you are creating a for loop, and then you are ending this. So that's wrong, right? At least after the for loop, you can start like that. So that the syntax is wrong itself. So it's wrong from the get-go. It's pretty good. Let's move on to the question number 2. The answer number 2. Here 18, 19, 17, 16. 18, 19, 17, 16. Right, 18, 17, 16, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. 13, 12, 11, 10, and 9. Okay, so I'll just mark them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 9 statements here. So I'm going to apply that, right? So the first one is 18. So that is your first one. 18. 19, 17. So 19, 17. So you got an array here. Now what is our purpose? It's finding the largest number, right? So actually to find the largest number, we don't need a extra array here. You don't need, right? It's basically you have this array, and we can go through that array and keep a temporary variable to find out the largest number, right? So when we traverse through each of this element, we will hold the largest number, and we will check whether the coming element is greater than the current largest number. That way we will find if the new number is the larger value than the current. Then if it is larger, then the new value will become the largest, right? So it's basically temporary variable and swapping. Okay, so in any case, I'll just go through this. So you got 18, 19, 17, 18, 19, 17, and 16, 16, and then 13, and then 12, 11, 10, 9. 12, 11, 10, 9. Right? So let's go through this. So this is correct. This is fine, there's no error, and then this is also fine. And for the third one, we are going through the array 1, right? So we are going through the array 1 here. So basically this is what we use for the reverse one, okay? But 3 and then 4, you have array 2j is equal to array 1k. So this is basically for the reverse, it's not for the largest value. So we can just negate that. Okay, and then let's go to the third option. So 19, 13, 12, 25, 19, 13, 12, 25. Eleven, 10, 9, 8, 7. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, so we start with the 19, right? So that's the array declaration here. So I'll just put 1 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 1, and 2 is 13, 3 is 12, 4 is 25. Why the hell is null is here? 25, 11 is 5. So let's first look at this. Okay, so array declaration is fine for the first element, and then the second. Okay, so that is, yeah, that seems to be fine. So this one and this one is okay, and then the third one, you are going through k equal 1 to k array dot length minus 1. So this seems to be fine. Okay, and then for the fourth one, you are printing null. Why do you want to print null? Okay, anyway, so go to the fifth one. So you are checking array 1k. So basically the first element, on the first iteration, it's the first element. If it is greater than largest, yeah, this is sort of correct. So 5 and 6 largest, then the largest is the new guy, right? So if this condition meets, we should do this. That's correct. That is also correct, right? 10 and then 9. You are printing it's the largest. Yeah, it's that's also correct. So 6, 9 is the seventh statement. 8 and 7. So 8 here, and this is 9. But we don't need this guy. We don't need an average, right? We don't need is total. So I'm pretty sure this this is basically part correct, part wrong, right? And then let's go to the fourth answer. 19, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. 19, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. That seems to be correct. 9. Yeah, that's about it. So it's so this is basically a subset of what we discussed here in the previous one. So let me do this. Okay, so 19, that's the first guy. 18 is the second guy. Is it 18 or 13? 19, 13, right? So 13. So it's not 18. It should be 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the third is 12. Fourth is 11. 5, 6. Right? That's about it. So you start with an array. That's correct. Start with the array, and then you are introducing the largest variable. So that's the first element in the array now. And then you are going through a for loop through the array, right? Your starting index is 1, and then you check whether the element in the array with the in the kth position, which is 1, the first one, is greater than the current large. So this should be greater than the current large, which is the array 1, 0. So the first one is array 1 is greater than array 0, kind of, right? Okay, so and that is correct, and then it should come, this should come there, and then you are printing it out. Okay, so fourth one is correct. We can look at the fifth one. Okay, we'll take a look at the fifth option as well. So so it's this guy. 19, 1, 13, 12. 19, 1, 13, 12. 11, 25, 10, 9, 2. 11, 25, 10, 19, 2. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Right, okay. So, I'll just remove these guys and start with 19, which is good. 19. So that seems to be correct. 1. Okay. 13. 12. 11. 25. 6. 10. 19 and 2. 19 again. Yeah, you have 19 again. Why do you need 2 arrays again? So that's basically wrong, right? So that is obviously wrong. Okay, so we have array declarations 2 times. Why do you need that, right? Okay, so question 38 also done. That's the answer should be 4. Right? There's a way I can get the answer sheet pulled here on top. It will be pretty cool. But anyway, so let's go to the problem 39. Write a Java program to initialize an array with the following numbers and find the average value. So this one is about average value. So now in a common sense, right, when you have an array, what you will do is you'll have, like, say for example, all these are integers, right? So you'll have an integer average. In order to find the average, you need the total as well, right? So two variables, average and total, and then you will loop through this, right? Find out the total, and array.length is basically the number of elements. You will just divide it by that, right? So finding out the total, you will have to loop through and accumulate, right? Total will be like total plus whatever the array element, right? When you go through a for loop, for int I is equal to 0 up to I less than array.length, right? So this is the normal way, I plus plus. So that's the normal way to do that. And then after you find out the total, what do you do? Total divided by the number of elements, which is arr.length, right? So this is how you get the average. Simple as that. And then you can print. Okay, so that's general idea. I'll just go through this once again. Is there a way I can get this? No, I can't do that. All right, so anyway, so I need 19. So this option, so that is your first answer. 19, 18, 12, 7, 6. (19, 18, 12, 7, 6). 12, 7, 6, 5. Okay, 6, 5. So once again, what I will do is just label them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 statements. So the first statement is 19, right? So that's 19, right? So that's array declaration, which is correct. And then 18, 12, and 7, 6, fifth guy is 6, and sixth guy is again 5. Okay, that's 6. So if we look at this, right, if we go through this, first line is this array declaration, and then you have a second array declaration, and then for the third, you're going through k1 to array length minus 1. So basically you are skipping the first item, right? And then here you are using total. So total was not even defined, right? So total declaration panna illa endrathala we didn't define that. So because of that, this is wrong. So if you want to use something like this, you have to define the total variables first, right? Total variable, yeah. So that is wrong. So 39, option 1 is wrong. Let's go to option 2. 19, 8, 3, 7, 6. 19, 8, 3, 7, 6, 5. 19, 8, 3, 7, 6, 5. Okay, let's run this again. (19, 8). Okay, that seems good. 8, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 is 3, 4 is 7, 5 is 6, and 6 is 5. Okay, so you're starting with you're starting with an array declaration, and then the second one we are defining the variables, which is correct. Where's 3? 3 is 3. Okay, 3 is 3 here. Right? And then we are going through a for loop for the array 1, so which is correct, right? Right, and then within the for loop we have total calculation. Yeah, that's correct. And then so after the total is calculated, right, so this line, this line belongs to this for loop, right? So after that for loop, so for each of the iteration this will be executed, right? So basically starting from 0 to array length minus 1. Okay, so in our case I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements, so it will go from 0 to 4th index, right? And then find out the total here, and then the fifth line is basically average calculation, so total divided by length, array 1 dot length, so that's correct, and then you are outputting the average, so this is correct, right? And then you can look at the third answer, 19, 8, 12, 7, 6, 5. Nineteen, 8, 12, 7, 6, 5. 7, 6, 5. Okay, so we'll start with 19. Okay, so we'll go through the option 3 here. So that's 19, and then the second is 8, third is 12, fourth is 7, fifth is 6, and 6. Okay, so in this one as well, now I'll just remove these highlights and annotations here first of all. Okay, so we start here, array declaration, and then yeah, that's correct, average and total, and then third you are going from 1, so you're starting from k1, right? So index 1, I'm not sure whether that should be correct, and then total. Okay, so this is wrong. Why? Because you're starting it out, so this is index k equal 1, right? And then when you execute this, it will be like total equal total plus array 1 and 1. So you are basically skipping this one and taking the total of these guys, right? So because of that, this is wrong. So that is wrong. And if you want to check the fourth one also, let's do that. Let's go to the fourth one. So 119, 822, 119, 822, 12. 119, 822, 12, 765. 765. Okay, so 1, which is this guy, I'll just do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 statements to mark. So that's 1 and then 19. So straight away I can say this is wrong because you are starting with a brace, right? So this is wrong. And then 8. So that's the third one. Okay. So 119. 8 is done. Now we are going to mark the 2. So that's fourth. So after the float, you are ending the scope, right? So which means it is wrong. Right? Okay, and then the fifth option is 6, 15, 114, 542. 6, 15, 114. 6, 15, 114. Is it 542? 542. 542. Okay. So let's start with labeling this 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the first statement is 6, 1. Yeah, that's wrong, right? So you'll first have to declare this array to use this statement, right? So because of that is wrong from the first statement itself. Okay, so for question number 39, the answer should be 2. All right. Okay, answer should be 2. And let's go to the 40th question. So I'm gonna delete all these guys annotations. Okay. All right, so 40th question. Write a Java program to perform the following tasks. Okay. So it says initialize an array. Okay, we have the same array, and then represent the numbers in each and every cell as a series of asterisks. Print horizontally at the beginning of each line. Cell value should be displayed as follows. Okay, so the beginning of the line it should say, okay, so if this is 1, I should print 1 and then print 1 star. And on the second element it's 13, I should print 13 and print 13 stars. This is 4 and 4 stars, 7. Okay, you get the idea. All right, so to do this, let's see, I'll have to copy this guy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is again I'll take this 1931 2028. Nineteen 3 1 20 28 20 28, right? And then 22 23 2 22 22 23 and 2. Okay, so I'm gonna mark these guys again. So start with 19 1. So you're declaring the array, and 3. Okay, straight away a for loop. So that's your second statement, and then So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so the third statement is 1, and then fourth is 20, that looks good. To 20 28, yeah, and then 22 and 23 and 2. Okay, so that's the 8th statement. Okay, so let's start with the array declaration. So that's your 1, and then 2 is basically you are doing a for loop from 0 to array 1 dot length minus 1. So here's a less than or equal, right? So it will go the full array. And then third, so that's basically for loops starting brace. So this guy, it's for loop starting brace, and then 4. Okay, you are doing array 1k, you are printing basically the number, right? So at this point in the first iteration it will print 1, right? The output will be 1. And then the fifth is, again you have a for loop. So this for loop is within the this previous for loop, right? So it's a nested for loop again. So it is running from 0 to array 1k. So array 1k is array 1 0, which is here it's number 1. So this will go from, this is like on the first iteration for int j equals 0 to j greater than 1 j plus plus, right? So this for loop 0 is greater than 1, so this for loops will not run at all, right? So this condition is false on the first place. So what I can see is this is wrong, right? So in order to print stars, right, print stars, this condition need to be true, right? So it should go inside and print at least 1 star. On the first instance itself it's wrong, so it is not going to go into the nested for loop. Okay, so that is wrong. So I can clearly say the first option is wrong. Now let's go to the second option. Nineteen 12 114 12 again. 19 12 114 12 19 12 114 12 14 to 24 30 14 to 24 30. Okay, so again I'm gonna number this, label this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so I'm gonna solve this. Okay, so 19, start with the 19 again. 19 12 1, right, and then 14. Okay, so you're just doing a print ln there. That seems to be wrong, because when you do a print ln, it's a println on array 2 even. Array 2 is not available, right, at this point. So we basically is declaring an array and then we are looping through the array 1, right? And here's a start, the for loop start brace, and then within that we are printing array 2k, which is wrong, right? Array 2 is not available, so this is wrong, right? That's a wrong answer. So let's move on to the third one. 19, 18, 1, 5, 17. 19, 18, 1, 5, 17. 9 to 25. That's 9 to 25. What is the comma at the end? 9 to 25. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you need patience to do this, okay? But anyway, patience been tested. I'm gonna use the red pen here. 19. So that's the array declaration, which is actually the starting point. And then 18, another array, right? 1, you get two arrays, and then you start with a brace. It's strange at this point. 5. So this is wrong, right? So why do you want to print average now when you're doing printing stars? Okay, so that's wrong. And okay, answer number 4, let's look at that. Answer number 4 means D, right? 19, 3, 1, 20, 21, 22, 23. 19, 3, 1. 19, 3, 1, 20, 22, 23. And then lastly it's 2. Okay, let's label this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so let's go this again. 1, correct. And then 3. Okay, so 3 is the second guy. Third guy is 1. Fourth guy is 20. Okay, that looks good. 21. Yeah, that looks good also. 21. Then 22. Yes, looks good. 23. Okay, and then 2. So this is the answer. Okay, so first one, the array, you are declaring the array, and then you have a for loop going through the array, right? And then you are starting the for loop start brace, and then you are printing the actual number value, which is on the first instance it is 1, right? 1 will be printed and a space will be printed, and then you have a nested for loop here, right? 5. So this is basically going from 0 to array 1k means array 1 0, so that is 1, right? So on the first iteration it is going from 0 to 1. So basically just printing 1 star here, right, on the 6th statement. And then this will happen until this guy is run under that for loop, this for loop, right? So it will happen to all of these elements, right? And then at the end you have a so after each iteration you have a println, yeah, right? And then after everything is done, you are closing the outer for loop, right? The parent for loop, which is correct. So that will output your desired output like this. So D is correct. And let's check the E as well. So D is correct. And the fifth one, so E, 1912 114, 1912 114. And then 12 14 224, 12 14 224. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. All right, same drill again. Nineteen 1 12, right? And then 1, and then 14, 12, again 12, again 12, 12 repeated here, 5. Why do you need to do that? So you are going through the same array twice, which is wrong, right? So it's automatically wrong there, and because of that you are going to select that guy only. Okay, so with this, the answer for the 14th is 4. Okay, so I believe we have covered this in a concise way. You can apply this same technique to solve your problems, right? So because you will be using papers, probably you can use a pencil or something like that to label the order, and then even if you want, you can like write these code itself in a sheet, and then dry run that. Okay, so if you can't make it out within your mental limits, you can basically put them into the paper in the order that is said, and then dry execute them, dry run them, right? So that is also a way to solve this. But this section is the most time consuming section you will find normally. So it's better to practice similar questions and make yourself comfortable how you can address this, right? Thank you very much, and hope this helps. Thank you.